I'm going to bring in now Jason Pack. He's a former FBI crisis management and tactical operations leader. Thank you for being with us. I want to start with what we're learning about the investigation. What are you hearing in that press conference we heard earlier that strikes you?
Good morning, ma'am. And first, our condolences to Officer Islam and his family, and certainly the victims that were affected by this. So what's interesting from the press conference last night is the things that they found in the double parked car outside. As your John Miller and others reported last night, those medication bottles were key, and the note were key pieces of evidence that investigators found at the NYPD there to kind of answer this question of why. Certainly we're trying to make rational thoughts out of irrational behavior that the suspect has done. But just knowing that now the NFL was presumed to be the target kind of at least leads you in a direction where investigators can focus more. So what they'll be doing likely now, Audie, is going back to Las Vegas, to the residents there, interviewing his family, his friends, and those he worked with just to kind of see if there were any leakage. We call that leakage before this happened. When people are down the path of violence, often just before they choose to act on it, they let things slip, as we say in this world, where they allude to what they may be doing. So investigators are going to be looking for that. They'll also look at his digital footprint with affidavits going out for search warrants for certainly his social media accounts and anything else on his computer, internet history, those types of things.
I want to take a moment to think about the victims. As you mentioned, the police officer, but there were other victims. And is it clear that they were targeted, or were they the subject to a random attack?
Well, I think maybe a little bit of both. It seemed like from what the police commissioner detailed in that press conference last night, a very chilling, actually, account of him walking in, opening fire in the lobby. Clearly, he was trying to get to a specific place in that building. And so as he progressed, we heard about the lady in the elevator whom he let walk right by him while he was on his way up to that floor to address his grievances there with the NFL. So we don't know if he was actually targeting a specific person there or just the idea of the NFL as an institution.
And I just wanted to give you a chance, Jason, to comment on this image that a lot of people are waking up to this morning of this person just walking, broad daylight with this weapon. Sunglasses, kind of sauntering in. Sort of what is your view when you look at this?
A few things, ma'am. So if you take a look at this case, and each case is, as we know, have their own individual set of facts. But just a few months ago, we were we're in a manhunt looking for Luigi Maggioni when he lied in wait for the CEO of United Health. So this is much different. He was disguising his face. He was covered up and then fled. He had an exit plan. This says to me there's no exit plan here. This person looks determined and on a mission. And the question is now trying to go back and see what the final thing that actually caused him to drive all the way from Las Vegas to New York City. What was that one thing, or the one thing that led to say, hey, I have to act on this now? That's the key question investigators will be looking for.
We'll be reporting more on this throughout the day. Jason Pack, former FBI crisis management and tactical operations leader, thank you for being with us.